Hi, this is me. This is Kia. Thanks for checking me out. I'm here. I'm ready. I know it's been a while, but I just been like making tons of videos. I didn't know if it's right, if it looked right, if I'm saying everything right, if it's clear or not. But I'm ready. I'm ready to tell my story, and I'm not writing anything. This is coming straight from my heart. Everything that I'm telling you guys is real. I said real. I don't know, whatever. Real, raw, and uncut. Some stuff y'all might be like, wow, can't believe this happened to her. But some things I can't even believe happened to me. So I know y'all probably like, what? So yeah. So how can I start this? The purpose of me doing this video, I feel like I've been through so freaking much. I've been through stuff I feel like someone like 50 years old didn't even like live half of what I lived. I feel like I'm 35, but I feel like 45 mentally, because like it's no way at 35 years old someone could have went through all the stuff I went through. So the reason, like I said, the reason why I want to do this video is because I feel like we women go through a lot, and sometimes the stuff that we go through, it's embarrassing. We look at ourselves, and then a lot of time we look at other people and we see their lives, and it's like, where did I go wrong? Why am I so messed up? What is it? What happened? And what I come to find out is that a lot of reasons why we are the way we are is because of stuff that happened to us while we was young, and what happened to me, it like sometimes I think back and it's just like how am I even still here, so again, I'm gonna start it again. My life started 20 years ago as a woman, because 20 years ago I was 15. Okay, I'm 35 right now, so y'all can do the math, right? I was 15 and I had my baby. Okay, 15 years ago, no, not 15 years ago, 20 years ago right now, in this month of January of 2002 is when my mother found out I was pregnant. Before that, I was hiding it. Like, I found out I was pregnant around 4 months. The first 3 months, like I said, I was a kid. Okay, so everything I'm saying to y'all might be like, what? Is she crazy? But listen, I was a kid. I was 15. Okay, so I was out there, whatever, got myself in a situation I wasn't supposed to be in. Okay, and I got pregnant. I didn't know though. So I was waiting on my period. September came, no period. October came, no period. November came, no period. December came, no period. Then I think it was that month in December, if I could remember. One day I was laying in my bed. It was a day I didn't have school. I don't know. It must have been a weekend or holiday. I don't know what it was. And I felt something. And I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, I feel like I was in denial because I seen my stomach starting to get big. But I didn't have no period. I didn't feel anything until that one morning when I felt my son kick me. And I was just like, oh shit, this is it. So I was terrified, I'm like, how I'm gonna tell my mother this? Like, she's gonna kick my ass. Like, my mother did not fucking play at all. I was scared. Like, I was literally like scared to death, So I used to like wear like real tight jeans, like real tight. And this might sound disturbing, but I had in my mind that maybe my baby would die. And you guys might say, what? Yes, I used to wear real tight jeans, like real tight, and say like, oh, it'll come out one day. It'll just come out. Like, what? And when I think about that now, I had to been real stupid, but I can't say stupid, just young. I used to say my baby was gonna come out, and that's what I did. And so one day that lasted for like about a month. Okay, and like I said, next month was January, which we're at right now, 20 years ago, and my mother found out. And I can't even describe in words how I felt. Like, it was the scariest, like the worst day of my life. Like, I could still remember that day 20 years ago like it was yesterday. And when she found out, she was very hurt. She was upset. She told me, only reason why I'm not going to hit you because you're pregnant. And mother did not play. She was fast with her hand. She would quick. Okay. So boom, she found out. So we had to start, getting ready for this baby now. She wanted to know who the guy was, blase, whatever. So boom, she said, okay, we gotta go to prenatal care. At that time, I was like 6 months by that time. So we gotta go to prenatal care, get my vitamins and sonogram. I found out I was having a boy, all that stuff. Boom, had the baby, came home. Let me just back up real quick. I skipped the labor part. Let me tell y'all, boy, I had 5 kids, but my son, that labor pain, I was in labor for 14 hours. And when I say that was the pain of my life, whew, it was horrible, okay? Like my mother told me, she was like, I ain't got to hit you. Because she did slap me in my face. But she said, I ain't going to beat your ass. Because she said, them labor pains you going to get is going to do enough ass kicking that I got to do. Something like that, she said. But let me tell you, she ain't lie. So I had the baby. And like I said, I got home. That first night, I was like, my son did not sleep. He was crying. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in the room. I shared the room with my sister at the time. And, she was like, yeah, what's going on with stuff? Oh, I got to go to school in the morning, because she was 14. Me and my sister was a year apart. We was in high school. So, I'm like, all right, Jayon, I'm trying to get him to sleep. So, all right, whatever happened. He gets to sleep, whatever. Fast forward. I was out of school at that time, but I went back to school in September. And that's when hell really broke loose, to be honest, because I didn't have any help. My mother didn't help me. I know mother probably watching this video and is like, oh, I can't believe she's saying this, but she didn't help me. Okay, I didn't have no babysitters. I didn't have help. So my son's father, he did help. He would watch his son. He wasn't working, doing nothing. He was one of those, bum ass niggas, and I had no business to be around. But that's a whole nother story. And his aunt, if Miss Didi is watching this video, Miss Didi, I love you to death because I don't know what I would have did without you. His aunt would watch my baby while I went to school because my mother wouldn't do it. So boom, I went back to school, and then 2 months after, my birthday's in November, I turned 16. But I already had in my mind that I was going to go to work. So I knew Burger King was hiring. Because I used to always go like shopping at this supermarket called Pathmark where I live. And I would always see like Burger King signs now hiring. I'm like, yeah, when I turn 16, I'm going to give me a job. Because I couldn't do nothing for my son. I had nothing. I was 15. Like when my son was born, my mother did buy him a sweater set to come home in. But my son's father family, they did everything. They bought his clothes. They did everything, So me, I didn't buy my son nothing because I had nothing. That's why I said I know what it's like not to have. Like I had nothing and I couldn't get nothing. So boom, I turned 16 November 17, 2002. Literally 2 weeks later, if it's even 2 weeks, it was November 30th. I never forget the date. I went down to Burger King and I filled out the application right there. I never forget, it was a yellow application, and I gave it to the manager after. So I went up to the counter, I gave it to the manager, and he looked at it. And if I could remember, he did give me the interview the same day. His name was Kevin. If Kevin, you're watching this video, I thank you so much. So we sat down at the table in Burger King, and he was doing the interview. And I told him, like, I'm a young teen mom. I'm 16. I just had my son. My son was 6 months old. And I said, I need a job. I need to take care of my son. Like, I need a job. It's no, like, I need a job. And I guess he felt it in my heart, looked me in my eyes, and he believed it. He felt it because, like, I told him, I need a job. So he hired me. He was like, when can you start? I don't know. I think I said today, tomorrow. I don't know. But I know I worked like maybe the very next day, or I don't know what it was, but I know it wasn't that far away from that interview that I had, and I got hired on the spot. I was making $5.40 an hour. I didn't care. I was so happy. So happy. So how I did it was, I went to school and work. Again, no help. No help from my home, my mother. My sisters was too young. So Miss Dee, which was my son's aunt, okay, through marriage, she watched my son. She watched my son while I went to school and while I went to work. Okay. And I think she used to charge me like $40 a week. Okay. And I paid her. And on top of that, I had to give my mother money too. So just think about it. You're 16, you got a baby, you're going to school, you're going to work. You got to pay a babysitter. You got to pay your mother. Okay? All while being home with no help. I know I went out there and had that baby. It was nobody's responsibility but mine and the father. Okay? But I had no help. I had to get my baby up every morning. Get myself ready. Take him to Miss Dee house. And I'll go to school. And after school, I will call Miss Dee like, hey, I'll come over there and check on him. Or I'm going to see him afterwards. Oh, baby, go ahead and go. Go to work. Come home. Get my baby. And I did that for about, I was 16. I stayed at my mother's house till I was 18 because I had to leave. It was to the point where I just had to go. It wasn't working out. You know, I don't want to get into too much details of things that happened or went on, but I had to get out that house, okay? And I felt like because I had a child, you know, I was 18 now, it's time for you to go, you know? And within that same time when I left, I was pregnant again with my oldest daughter. At that time, my son's father and we had broke up. Okay, so he was a done deal. Okay, so the job I was working at is where I met my other kid's father from. And you know, it was how can I even say it? It was love at first sight. I don't even think that was love. I think I was just looking for an outlet, you know, because what I had before, it wasn't even right. It wasn't even supposed to happen. Okay. And I was still in high school when I left my mother's house. Now listen to that. When I left my mother's house, I was still in high school. I was working and I had a baby. What I did was I used to rent this room. And I was renting a room. I had my son and I was pregnant and I was still in high school. And I would continue going to work, going to school. And then what happened? When I got to my 9th month, like literally right before I went in labor, me and the lady that I was renting the house from, well, not the house, the room from, me and her got into a big argument because I found out that apartment was Section 8 and she telling me that, oh, my landlord found out I should live here and I can't stay here. I'm like, what? What do you mean I can't stay here? Like, I'm freaking 9 months pregnant. I'm about to have my baby like any day. And you telling me I can't stay here? We got into a big argument. This was like right after Christmas. And my daughter was due in 3 weeks. I went in labor that night. And I had her 2 days later. When I was in the hospital, my daughter's aunt, she knew about it. And she's like, you know what? Because I told her what happened. She was like, you know, you can't go back to that house. How you going to go back to that house and you and that lady was arguing? You got your newborn baby. You got your son. So she was like, you know what? You could come stay at my house. You and Stephon and the baby. She was like, but William was the guy that I was dealing with. That was his niece. She was like, well, he can't come. Just you and the kids. I'm like, all right, whatever. I had to do what I had to do. So I came out the hospital, came to her house. This was in January now because I had it December 30th. So boom, I was working. So I knew I would get my little income tax money the next month. I had it all planned in my head that, yup, I'm going to find me an apartment. I'm going to take my whole tax check and I'm going to find me a place. Sure did. The next month. Mind you, let me keep letting y'all know, while I'm doing all this, I'm still in school because I had her December 30th. I stayed out the whole month of January. I passed everything. because I bust my, I was not playing. That was my last year. So I was done with my Regents, so I didn't have to take no Regents in January. So boom, I went back to school in February, the same month that I got my place. Okay, I got my place in February. So, all right, so I took my whole check. I move in. Now, I'm 19 with 2 kids, you know. And now that I sit down and think about it, I ask myself, like, what was I looking for back then? What was going through my mind? Why was I even pregnant with my second child? Well, not pregnant. Why did I even have my second child at 19? Like, I already had a baby at 15. What would make me have another one? And I had nothing going for myself. I didn't have a high school diploma. I didn't have my own place. When I was renting that lady's room, that was a freaking room I had with a baby. My son was only, what, 2 or 3, and then I was pregnant with another one. Okay? So I moved in my apartment, and you know, it went good. I had my little tax money, and I would still go to work. I would go to school. My daughter's father, Will White, I gotta say, he helped me though. He helped me. He would watch Janaya. He would watch Stephon while I went to school and to work. And I graduated in June. Okay, I did it. And let me just say that when somebody say I did it, the I can't even get the words out to tell you how bad it was. Do you know what it's like to go to high school and you got 2 kids at home? I mean, literally, my son, I think he turned, what was this stuff? I turned 3. He turned 3 in May or something. And I know my daughter was the baby at my graduation. She was 5 months, going on 6 months. June 26th, never forget. And it was so hard. I'm up at night feeding the baby bottle and like this and trying to do my homework and gotta go to school in the morning. Do you know? No, it wasn't school in the morning. I wound up going to an alternative school because I was so far behind. I'm like, you know what, it's not gonna work out. I got left back and everything. So I went to my guidance counselor and I asked, like, you know, is anything you can do for me to help me catch up? I said, cause this school I'm going to right now it's not doing that for me. So anyways, I just wanted to just recap on that. So I was going to a night school. So I used to go to work in the morning after being up all night from work and straight to school, you know. But like I said, I did it, but it was bad. Okay, it was bad. So like I said, again, I keep going back and forth to now. I had a lot of pain and a lot of struggle when I was younger. I know what it's like to have nothing. Like, I mean, literally just getting your whole check and have to pay it all on bills. It ain't got nothing left over. I mean, I had my daughter's father, he was a bum. I'm not going to come on here and slander his name because, you know, that's my kid's father. You understand? But he was a bum. Like, I literally paid everything, took care of that house. Okay? And I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. And trust me, I know a lot of bitches don't like me and I really don't give a fuck, but I don't even wish it on them. So when people, this is going to be my first chapter or storyline because I have more to tell. But when people see me now and they wonder why I am the way I am, after you guys get finished like watching my videos, then you guys will start understanding, you know. I don't know. It's this conversation is so like it's touchable to me. It's so sensitive. I don't even have the right words. I had it so hard. Okay, and the same man that helped me through school, he started beating on me, telling me I'm ugly. Nobody's gonna want me. I mean, it was times I used to be at work telling my boss I gotta hurry up home because I had to be there. Because he wanted to go out or do whatever he wanted to do. You know, but I accepted that. And that's how I know I grew. because can a bitch nigga no motherfucking body now could tell me anything, because you know why? I know who the fuck I am. Excuse my language. I know who the fuck I am. Back then, I didn't know who I was. I couldn't love me. I didn't know God. Because if I did, why would I be in a situation like that? Why would I be having 2 kids in high school? Yeah, I graduated. Oh, I sure did. I got my diploma. I sure did. I walked down the aisle. I sure did. But I shouldn't have walked down the aisle that way. I was too smart of a girl to having kids by these bums. Okay? Literally bums. Okay? And look at me now. A nigga, I'd rather be by myself for the rest of my life before I be with another bum, or let a nigga undervalue me, because I know who I am. Okay? I'm gonna end this video. I gotta do a little bit editing, I think, because I think I said too much, but I'm gonna continue the rest of my story, but this is just a little introduction. I don't know. I hope you guys get what I'm saying, but it's all gonna start making sense as I go on and tell you what happened when I had my 3rd child. Okay, the next one with this bum, and I stayed with him. Okay, so you guys are gonna start getting a picture, and then you guys are gonna start understanding some things that I do and why I am the way I am, because I've been through a lot. Okay, I've been through a lot. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. This is video 1. Okay, and there will be more.